Welcome everybody to West Explains Best. Today we're doing another Khan Academy tutorial on solutions of systems of inequalities. We've been on a recent tear of inequalities here, so we're just trying to figure out what is a solution. We're going to determine that. So the question is 5-2 a solution on the graph system of inequalities? So we got several things going on. We have this blue area, we got this light green area, and then we have this like combination of blue and green, and we're asked to find if it's part of the solution, the point that gives. So we have the point 5, and that's the x value, comma, our y value is 2. And we're asked if that's a solution of the graph inequalities. Now, one thing I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to highlight, okay, so we have this graph, and this is all shaded below, okay, and then we have this blue inequality, and this is all shaded above. Actually, I'm going to do horizontal there, just so you can see something. So I'm going to go horizontal lines, we shaded above the line. Okay, now one thing you'll notice is that there's an overlap between these two lines. And this is what you've already probably noticed, but I just want to highlight this again. This area in here is the overlap between the two inequalities. That means it's the solution area. So that is our solution area, okay? Now, if we're talking about if 5-2 is a solution, that means it satisfies both the green inequality and the blue inequality to be in the solution area. Okay, if it's outside either of those, either of the overlap, so in the yellow area, then it's not a solution. So here would not be a solution. Here would be a solution to the green, but it's not a solution to both of them. Here would be a solution to the blue, but it's not a solution to both of them. The only place where it is a solution is anywhere in the yellow or on the lines, because we have solid lines, solid boundary lines. And that means anywhere on the line is part of the solution. So that the solid boundary lines means it's part of the solution. So we're going to have to find the point 5-2 here. Unfortunately, I really kind of covered everything up, so I need to erase a little bit. If you want, go ahead and take a little snapshot or pause it on that frame if you want to get an idea of where the solution is. But I'm going to erase. Okay, so now I see where the 5 is. So I'm going to go over to the point 5, comma 2. I'm going to use purple, 5, comma 2. And I see that it is in the overlap, so I know this is a solution. So it's just simply yes or no, and I'm going to put yes. Okay, next question. Oh man, I started off on question 2. What a bummer. Okay, so here we have is 5, -5 a solution to the system. Okay, so we have our x value, we have our y value, and we're asked if that's part of the solution. Now, we don't have a graph this time, so what do we need to do? We have to input 5 and -5 into both inequalities and see if it makes a true statement. If it's wrong for one of them, then it's no good, okay? So we basically just have our checkboxes here, and if we have a bad checkbox, an x, that means for just one, okay, because it has to be green for both. So for these, it has to satisfy. How do you spell satisfy? Well, I don't want to use black. I want to use, it has to satisfy both inequalities to be a solution. Inequalities. There we go. Okay, so we have 5, -5. What we're going to do is we're going to input both of those. So we're going to have 8 times -3 times 4. What I'm doing is I'm going to be replacing x and y. So I'm replacing the x with 5. I'm replacing the y. Man, I wish I would have used a different color than blue. Bummer. Okay, well, another one I'll do this. So we have 9 times plus 2 times less than -1. I'm just copying the inequalities over, and I'm putting x and y. So I have 5, and then I put -5. Okay, so let's do some solving here. We have, let's use this yellow color. So we have, for the top one, oh man, I wish I would have given myself more space. Error after error. So for the blue one, let me just use blue so you guys know. So we have 40 minus, well, that's going to be plus because it's negative. 15 is less than 4. That's clearly not going to be less than 4 because we get 65 is less than 4. That is false. So guess what? We don't even need to do this next one because we already know that one of them is false. If one is false, then not a solution. Okay, I'm just going to abbreviate, not a solution. So we got one is false. We don't even have to evaluate the purple one. So we're going to go ahead and mark no. All right, next one. Is 1, 5 a solution of the graph system of inequalities? So again, this is back to the graph. I'm guessing these are the only two you're going to have in here is the inequalities written out algebraically, and then also the graphs. So now we're going to go to the point 1, 5. So we go to the point 1, comma 5. Okay, so we see it's in the blue. That's good for the blue, but we notice that it's not in the overlap here where the blue meets the green. So because it's not in the overlap, it is not a solution. So we're going to check it. And there we go. So quick 3 problems with solutions of systems of inequalities. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching.